All right, Gotham career. We were doing the solo career. You can actually play this online and do a career, which is, I think, the first time they ever introduced anything like that. Downtown Showdown. New York, Manhattan. Yeah, so we're doing Downtown Showdown next. A street race. Race wheel to wheel against multiple opponents and finish at or above the target. We got silver on that one. Okay, so Street Race 2 is where we got to last time. We got the RUF, excuse me. R-Turbo. What other cars? The Lotus and that. I think the Lotus was the harder of the two to drive. But let's try the Lotus. This spree. Oh, look at that piss green. Oh, lovely. We could also buy a new car. We do have a decent bit of credits. I think when we were last playing this, we just got a bunch of money. All right, let's try that. Oh yes. Hardcore. Fucking hell. I'm not ready for hardcore yet. We'll try medium again. I've been mostly doing medium. I don't want to switch to easy unless things get like hellacious for me. I'm also curious to see when Switch 2 emulation picks up as well. Because if the hardware is like similar, then they might already have enough to go on. Judging by it being like backwards compatible, I'm going to assume that the hardware won't be completely different. Probably just a slightly beefed up version. But yeah, I hope that if anybody does produce an emulator, I hope that it can avoid getting sued into oblivion. Pardon me. Okay, so far, not too bad. Okay. Feeling alright. I do miss it saying "hey" when you do a drift. I think that was only in the first game, but I liked it. Okay, let's keep catching up. I guess this is the only Smith's Core racing game for having a Morrissey track. I don't think anybody could have ever come up with a combination. I like it though, it's pretty chill for a racing game, but I think around this time a lot of racing games were embracing putting like kind of chill stuff in. So you can kind of zone in. Jangly guitar songs and stuff like that. And classical music was also in like every fucking racing game around this time. I think Gran Turismo 4 had a bunch of classical stuff. I believe this one does too. Oh, and Burnout Paradise also has a massive fucking selection of like classical stuff, which is I've never really fucked with it much. Laid back rock stuff I like, but I can't really like get into racing to Beethoven or whatever. But you know, obviously a lot of people can. Okay, here we go. You got 2 laps to go. So I am going to meet the target as I'm going right now, but I would like to get a second. Or a first. Okay, rapid braking power bonus. But yeah, I'm happy to be virtually driving and not actually driving, so if I crash here, it's fine. But like, all the driving I've been doing this week has absolutely been wearing me down. some of these mornings I was like barely staying awake at the wheel, which isn't good. And another thing I've been struggling with lately, I may have bitched about this on stream before, but like, I think it's just my eyes getting older. But like the fucking LED headlights everybody has now are like so fucking bright. I'm getting flashbang something crazy when I'm driving home. The glare is pretty intense. So like there's a lot of roads coming up to where I'm living at the moment where you're driving against oncoming traffic, and when you've got those guys with the beams fucking blasting at you, it can get quite a lot. I didn't really notice it so much until this year, really, until like the past few months when I've been doing all this night driving. But yeah, it's been pretty intense. There's a lot of memes about it on Twitter though, so I think everybody hates LED headlights. I don't think it's just me. Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference between the kind of warm yellow ones and the bright white ones. And I believe those are the LED ones. Ah, fuck this guy. Wait, I need to at least get my target. Oh, my neck is broken. My phone's falling over. Oh, I'll put that back in position. There we go. Oh, shit. Fuck! Oh my god. I hate having so little fucking space on my desk. I just accidentally, like, maximized the window, and now I can't get it back to the resolution that it was outputting before. So now it's doing this horse shit. Fuck. Alright. Just gonna have to manually do this. I'll just stop where it looks good. Oh, fuck. Dude, why did it do this? This is like Windows 11 bullshit. Windows 11 does so much horse shit like this that is completely unnecessary, that nobody asked for. Like, if you click a window, it just maximizes instantly. No, it's a double click, you stupid fuckers. It's always been a double click. Why would you want anything different? Anyway, the meaning of life. Hello, Goggles. Thank you, Epic Gerbic Gaming, for the tier 1 sub. 42 months. Oh my god, 42 months. What the fuck? It's fucked up, dude. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for your donation of $5 into the local toilet for this great content that you're getting. The meaning of life is... There we go. Enjoying the things that might be bad for us. All right. So let's continue. I think we've got the screen back to where it was. I'm going to desperately try and not touch my mouse. But yeah, there was a good with his untimely passing. There was a good David Lynch quote about like how he didn't regret smoking even though he got like horrible issues from it, because he enjoyed his time. And yeah, I definitely understand that. I don't think time wasted or time spent like doing stuff that you get enjoyment out of is a bad way to live life. Though you should still leave a legacy behind as well, and you know, work on stuff that you like and leave good art behind and all that. But yeah, another sad one. I think all of the artists dying always hits the hardest. You know, more so than like other, well, I guess like all celebrity deaths are a little weird, but when it's the people that actually did really cool shit, it sucks. Yeah, I should do a Twin Peaks rewatch. Anyway, game. The fucking game froze as soon as I came back. Holy shit! Look at my fucking position, dude. In fairness, that wasn't my fault. The game did that to me. I think it's actually an issue with the Xbox in general. Like lots of games do that, where I pause and then I unpause and then it freezes. I think when I play Saints Row, it does the same thing. Oh, we're not gonna make it. We failed. Ba-ba-da-ba-bow. I would have made it otherwise, probably. It wasn't me, it was the game. It really was the game. Game over, yeah! I really fucking earned that one. Thank you. Holy shit, look at this fucking shit. Sorry, my screen is still fucked up. It's still huge. Hold on, hold on. Welcome, Rente. Ah, fuck. I hate it when this happens. Fuck. Alright. There we go. Alright, we're good, I think. I desperately need to update my overlay sometime soon and make it like properly widescreen compatible and stuff. I've been putting it off for too long. Oh, and my fucking connection is shitting itself, which hasn't happened in a while, actually. The MiFi is starting to struggle again. I think it'll be back momentarily, though. I am in a better signal for coverage and stuff. Better area for signal coverage and stuff, I should say. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's continue. I don't even have any fucking desk space to put my beer down. So annoying. Medium, let's try again. I should post a picture of yeah, same old MiFi. It's still limited in its way. I should post a picture on Discord of the desk setup I have right now. It is unholy. The TV literally takes up every fucking inch of it. So all I've got is a tiny bit of space at the front that like I can put my keyboard on, and that's about it. I have room for like a keyboard and mouse, and it's like it's barely even room. It's mostly falling down. And I also have my mic arm right next to it, fighting for desk space with the keyboard. Yeah, I do live like this because I don't really have anywhere else to put all my fucking shit. I probably could come up with a better setup if I put my mind to it, you know. And maybe I will when I move into my actual van with my roommate, whoever the fuck he is. I might dedicate one of the like spare bedrooms to an office space or something and put an actual desk in there. Because like, yeah, I'm struggling to live like this, honestly. What I'm basically doing is I've got like a makeup mirror in the side of the van in this bedroom. The bedroom itself has like a double bed and stuff. It's quite cozy, but the all there is for a potential desk area is a little fucking makeup mirror in the side of the room, and that's what I'm using. I can just about fit my TV on there and nothing else. It's like just barely good enough to get by with. But you know, I have a desktop and no laptop, so this is what I gotta do. I just can't work without a desk though, in general. Like when I'm working on anything, I can't get fucking anything done unless I have a desk. It's the boomer mentality in me. Oh god, come on, get out of fourth. I wish there was a nitrous button in this game. It wouldn't make any sense, but I keep wanting to press it. Probably just because it feels a bit like Ridge Racer 7, you know? Or Ridge Racer PSP. If I had a nitrous button, these guys would be fucking history. But I don't. Anyway, we're doing fine. If we can just keep up the pace, we'll be alright. Okay, little block. Okay, cool. Little crash. Fuck. Okay, I'm at least hitting the target now. I'd like to go a little higher if possible. Come on, catch these bozos. Okay, so as you guys know, CXW Day is next Saturday. I'm going to hopefully try and get a little promotional video done for tomorrow. I'm hoping to still stream as well, but if I can get both done, that would be ideal. But I have the whole day to myself. I'm not working the weekend, thank God. So I'm gonna get something out. So give it the old like and retweet if you see it. And yeah, I'm gonna have the weekend to crunch for that, and I will be working next week, but I'll have obviously some of next Saturday to work on it as well, and the evenings after my fucking 2-hour commute. But I should have enough time to get everything done in time. And it should be cool. I've actually been talking to a guy. So the game I'm working with, and I have been working with for CXW, Day of Reckoning 2. It's a very, very good... Yeah, the download will get updated. Probably not like the same day of the show, but like shortly after. And I've been talking with one of the guys that's like been modding the game on the wrestling side, you know, outside of VTubing and all that. So the game that I'm using really wasn't modded at all when I started CXW and when I started doing my streams. It had like no community. I'm using Dolphin, the GameCube emulator, and as I was saying, the game really didn't have much of a modding community when I started. It was just something I could do because it was easy enough to get into, because Dolphin has all that texture replacement stuff. And you know, you make some guys up. Yeah, I will do, definitely. It'll be much easier to set up too by the time I get the next download up, due to what I'm about to talk about. So like I talked myself into sending a DM to the main guy that was doing all the mods for the game that have been around at the moment. There was one called the expanded roster pack, where he adds a bunch of guys from the beta version of the game and the previous GameCube games, WB games, to basically turn the roster into a one that has about 90 guys in it or something, which is a really, really fucking cool mod. And I saw that and I was like, well, look, I gotta DM this guy, because he obviously knows some shit about the fucking game. Because he did like really cool stuff, like he brought back the ability to like bring titles out to the ring and stuff, which is like a beta feature that they got rid of when you by the time the final game came out. So like I sent him a message and I was like, hey, you know, I'm doing this stuff and I just wanted to ask, you know, how you do this and this. And he was like super nice. And yeah, by the time I get the next one out, the next show, the next download, it will have some cool additions that I wasn't able to do before. One of them is yeah, absolutely based. One of them is getting music into the actual game and not like overdubbing it, which is what I've been doing all this time. I literally had no fucking idea if it was even like remotely possible to get music modded into the game. So what I was always doing up until this point was just play. I had like a food bar open in the background and I just play a theme song whenever we needed it. Sometimes my timing wasn't perfect, so you could always tell I was doing it in the background. So yeah, it wasn't actually understood how to do it until recently, because the way that they're stored was in a weird sort of merged file, sort of like a zip file that nobody really understood the format very much. And turns out you can do it with a bit of hex editing, and the guy thankfully did explain it to me, and I managed to get some actual tracks in the game that are actually in the game legitimately, and I don't need to do anything. I can just relax when I'm streaming it. I don't need to press any fucking buttons. The music will just play. And turns out they were in a format that is used in other GameCube games, but they were just like disguised. You know, they slightly changed the name. I think it was like YDSP, but it's just the DSP format with a Y, and the YDSP files are in a massive file. I think it's like MCQ or something. They're in a massive file that has like loads of other theme songs all mishmashed together. And essentially, what the compressed file, at least it looks like a compressed file, what it actually is like one big sound file. And basically what you have to do is you have to have the offsets for the start and end of each theme and from there you can just basically convert your own file and then hex edit it into the big file, and then when you queue up the song in the game, it will play. Yeah, I know, it's poor man's encryption, it is. And so, like, when I figured that out, I was like, fuck, I could have done this so much earlier, but, like, nobody knew how, and I didn't know how either. But yeah, really useful stuff. It's not anything that will affect the stream that much, but, like, it just makes things so much fucking easier for me, being able to do that. And, yeah, I can. And I can also ship them with the download as well when I put the next one out, which will save everybody headache of having to, you know, do any more manual labor. And on top of that, you can also do the same thing with videos. And videos is like an albatross that I've been trying to figure out literally since the first stream, because the game, of course, has all those like WWE videos that are just like omnipresent. You cannot get rid of all the textures and stuff, but there's still like a little bits of branding that you see here and there that I just can't completely remove. Well, now I can remove them because the video format is also something that was recently figured out, and it uses a similar method. And thankfully, I can get rid of the last few ugly WWE videos and give everybody their custom stuff as well. Yeah, it automates the entrances, so I can give everybody a nice graphic for their Videotron and all that. So it's just lots of like little things that will hopefully improve the presentation a whole lot more, you know? Yeah, I'll add some tuber clips. Exactly. And of course, when people download the mod in a while, when I have it done, that will also mean that has like a lot more flavor to it, and also requires a lot less work from the end user. But yeah, the last albatross now is like seeing if I can get title belts working and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to the guy a little bit and hopefully figure out more stuff as I go. But yeah, it's been good. But sorry about my incredibly shitty internet that keeps dropping every now and again. It's not that bad. It's been a lot worse, definitely. But yeah, we got second there. We did it in the end. But yeah, the ability to add video clips to the game is pretty huge for me, just because it's been something that's been annoying me forever. But in reality, it won't make that much difference. But that's fine, because that shit's important too. There's a hot lap. But yeah, I'm just happy to see the game actually getting modding, actually getting stuff made for it. Because when I, as I said, when I started doing it, I picked it completely on a whim, purely because it's fun. And I thought, oh, this game actually has a really good creator wrestler, so this would be a good one to do. And actually, now that people are sort of all picking up on it and doing cool stuff with it, there's a lot more like actual stuff for it. So hopefully, as more people get into it, the possibilities for stuff that I can do on stream should hopefully increase. So yeah. I know the game has like a little story mode as well, so it'd be nice if I could like put together some stupid little cutscenes or something as well, you know? Yeah, so a lot of WWE games do have mods, like especially the recent ones all have like some mods, but the retro ones typically don't have that many mods until like the past few years. There's actually a bunch of them that have come out. A lot of like the N64 games and the PS1 games and all that have like quite a lot of mods and stuff now. So in general, there's been like a lot more modding. It sort of mirrors how things are with like racing games as well, with all the Gran Turismo mods coming out now compared to a few years ago when there was just radio silence. Like nobody really touched them. I think understanding has just improved a lot, and people are just kind of longing for something a little better. In general, I think with wrestling games, like the current WWE games are a lot slower, so I think people are getting more out of the old ones. So it leads to more demand for modding and stuff like that. And that's why I picked the game I did for CXW, because it's fast and it's fun to watch. I did figure that would be an aspect. Yeah, exactly, Never. So yeah, I'm always up for playing any mod, but that is what it comes down to. It's new content, but it sort of paints on a canvas that you're familiar with, you know? Obviously, we've seen fucking mods for loads of shit over the past year. There's like, I haven't even covered most of it yet. The Need for Speed Carbon mod and the Underground 2 .NET mod and stuff like that. I have to check them all out. Yeah, I think so. People have really upped their game recently, for sure. You can see it across like multiple genres. Like it's definitely not exclusive to racing or wrestling. It's just good to see so many coming out. There's a really good Tony Hawk's mod actually that I've been meaning to check out as well. That you can put like custom models in and stuff. It feels like every day fucking Twitter and YouTube are suggesting a cool mod to check out. But yeah, I absolutely see it, especially like the state gaming's in these days. It makes sense that people would get their kicks out of old games more. And I'm definitely one of them. But yeah, I've been doing quite a lot of stuff recently between like the CXW stuff, and I mentioned before, but I was working on a fun little project with Rockme as well in the chat there that hopefully we'll see a release of some kind eventually. But I'm able to use some of the assets I made for that for CXW as well, which is cool. So I've been keeping busy, which is good. That was another failure. We almost hit the target. We can probably do it for a few more times. The annoying thing about these hot laps is the original games, well, the free before this would let you just keep trying and trying and trying, and just loop it around. But this one does reset it after like one attempt, which is a bit of a bummer. Just adds a bit of unnecessary loading and stuff, you know. But I guess it's more dramatic this way. Nice, cool. Glad to hear it. There's always some rare bug that hits you in the ass. I get rare bugs all the time, unfortunately. But yeah, glad to hear it's compiling and stuff. We were making a little game. I'll definitely play it on stream if I can, if you can get it running, and like if it's beatable or like relatively beatable, you know. I'd love to, but yeah. I'm not gonna reveal too much, but yeah, I did help with something. Rock's very good with Unreal Engine, so we had this idea to quickly throw together a game for a certain event that was happening, and we almost did, but there was a little bit of a compiling error that happened like right at the end, and we couldn't get it submitted in time. But we did still did still make a lot of shit, so worth showing off. Nice, cool. No, absolutely, dude. There's no hurry or anything. I'm just it would be good to show it off. You might be right, Never. It may have been that. It was nobody's fault. It's just fucking Unreal Engine, dude. It's just what happens. Yeah, we may have cooked a little Neurosama game. It was intended for the game jam, but we didn't make it in time. We did in terms of concept and in terms of like doing all the stuff, but compiling is always where it goes wrong. Literally, fella, yeah, dude, Rock was up for like 3 days. he was pushing it. and he just like just went until he fucking crashed out. I didn't sleep much either. I was like working on all the models and stuff and the UI textures and all that stuff. So it was fun. It was fun. It was nice to do a little experience like that. So I hope eventually I can boot it up on stream and show everybody. But yeah, I do recommend entering a game jam if you have the chance. It was good fun. I was at home at the time as well, so like the timing was pretty good. I hadn't started back at work yet, so like it was just before I'd started back, so I was able to kind of dedicate a bit more time to it than I normally would. Yeah, it was fun, absolutely. But yeah, I used my V-Roid expertise to throw together some stuff for it. That's okay, that's okay. It was kind of fun just being like a two-man team. Like, even though like we were pretty like, obviously more manpower would have been good, but it was pretty fun just like fucking having to throw it together and come up with something in so little time and all that, and with so little resources. That is part of the fun of a game jam. To be honest, it was what I predicted would probably happen because of just how Unreal Engine is, you know. It was nobody's fault. It's just but it won't really matter. Eventually, like, it'll get out there, and we'll check it out. The important thing is making something. It doesn't matter if nobody sees it. All that matters is that you made it. Like I've got a drawing that I've been working on for like 3 weeks or something, and fuck knows if I'll ever post it anywhere. I probably will eventually, but you know, it's not finished yet, and it may never be. But I enjoy it. Okay, here we go. Hey, you're too hard on yourself, Rock. Fuck! We're still not making it. But yeah, it was fun. The recent stuff I've been doing with Day of Reckoning has been fun too, because I haven't used a hex editor in a long time. So yeah, I've been I had to sort of relearn how to fucking use one of those things and look for offsets and all that shit again. I used to do quite a lot of that when I was modding the PC wrestling games back in the day. I eventually got it all back in my head, but I'm definitely more of a modder than a coder, you know? I'm more used to going into somebody else's shit and looking for stuff, finding patterns and whatnot. Come on, no crashing. It's a London track too. I should be doing better at this. Oh hell yeah, new metal lives. Did you guys hear that new metal song that the fucking Costco guys put out? I can't believe they brought it back, of all people. Right now we have a lot of creative freedom. People making mods understand the need to not be obtuse for people to express themselves. That's very true, Rock. Very true. And I think it's important to know that you don't need to know how to do absolutely everything. You know what I mean? To do something related to game dev or do something related to modding. Like, there's resources out there. You can teach yourself a lot of stuff, but you don't need to be a fucking one-man army, you know? You can just start with what you know, what you think you might be good at, and just kind of do little things and just kind of get better. And, you know, from there you can just keep challenging yourself. I think a lot of it is it's just important to take a first step in whatever it is. Like, I'm always trying to learn more things. I'm trying to get better at drawing, as you guys know. And like, I want to be able to use it in tandem with the stuff I do in the computer when I'm making graphics for CXW and whatnot. Because currently, like, I still find it a little easier drawing with a mouse, but like, it's just kind of, it's picking up more skills as you go and all that, and just kind of forcing yourself to make little bits of progress somehow. Like, I've watched Vidal make his game and it was like reading Chinese. I make web services and Windows forms. Nice. Yeah, I absolutely understand. Watching Vidal is like, he makes it all sound easy when he's doing it and like and stuff, but it would absolutely confuse the hell out of me. No, thank you. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You gotta find the things that you are familiar with and just, you know, not be too scared of and not run away from the things that you aren't familiar with when you see them. A lot of it's intimidating too, especially modding. Like, a lot of the modding stuff I've been doing over the past couple days of trying to get the music in the game and stuff. At first, like, the game crashed and it allowed buzzing noise, and then other times I try and it would just be silent and stuff. There were a lot of bits where I was just getting like something tiny wrong. You just kind of got to keep pushing past the failure and be like, okay, well, if I tried this different approach, maybe it'll work now. And sometimes it will, and sometimes it won't. I guess that's adaptable to all of this stuff. Even if it crashes, it may not crash tomorrow, you know? Which is why I hope we can get our little Neurosamer game out eventually. Oh yeah, he's a real programmer, but even then, like, he, you know, he's not a fucking boy genius or anything. Like, he just picked up stuff as he went, and, you know, by this point he's really good, but he's been working on Neuro for years and years, you know. I think originally she was just designed to play Osu with him, wasn't she? Like, so, like, it was the origins of Neuro started off much more simple, and then it's kind of like snowboard. No, that definitely ChatGPT is not going to help me at all. That's kind of the fun, though, you know. Like, this isn't some shit that you can just type into an AI. It's shit you got to learn because, you know, there's very few people working on it. ChatGPT would go get fucked. They'd probably recommend me a bunch of stuff for a completely different game. Yeah. I have had some of my work friends, some of my work colleagues tell me they use ChatGPT for their like work stuff sometimes now, especially like stuff in Excel or whatever. It can actually like work sometimes. I think it's one of those things though where if the use case isn't too obscure, it's fine to use. But like if it can pull a lot of information out of the internet, then it probably won't fuck it up. But if it's something a bit more obscure, or like a program that isn't like as widely spread as Excel or something like that, we're gonna get Copilot licenses. Nice. So yeah, I'm not an AI hater, you know. I think it can absolutely have uses. It can absolutely be a tool, you know, if used in the right way. I think there's a lot of lazy people that use it in the wrong way, but that doesn't mean that it's bad, you know. That doesn't mean that talented people aren't working on it. So yeah, we'll see where things are, but I think it can definitely be handy for some of this shit. And I think it can definitely help people learn, you know. Shouldn't necessarily be a substitute for learning how to do stuff, but, you know, if it can kind of like relay to you how it did certain things, then you know, I don't see the bad side of it. You hate AI? No, I don't. That's what I was saying. I'm not an AI hater. I definitely don't hate Neurosama. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where a lot of the vitriol online right now is specifically art related, you know, which is understandable. And I think there's a lot of corporations that are jumping on the bandwagon and thinking that it's going to solve all their problems and they can fire all their staff and all that. When it's probably not. They're probably overestimating it a little bit, you know what I mean? I know one that people have talked about a lot on Twitter and whatnot is Duolingo. I think have fired most of their staff and they're just using AI now, which has gone down pretty badly. And I think with stuff like languages especially, like you probably don't want to be relying on nothing but computers because everybody knows how bad translation software is, you know? It's only just got to the point where it's like just about readable, just about sounds like a human said it. With Google Translate is still fucking terrible, but some of the other ones are better. But like, that's just one example. Fuck, dude, this run is fucked. Let's try again. But yeah, if in 10 years you can just say to ChatGPT, oh, make me the next CXW episode, and it'll do it, then that's great. It probably look like the Will Smith eating spaghetti gif. That way I won't have to do 4 weeks of straight work, but you know, it is what it is. Hello, Mechanica. Hello. We weren't talking about much. Just people using AI at work and stuff like that. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good dinner. I'm gonna have some food after this, I think. Rolling start. Right, and you've missed me bumping into the wall a whole bunch as well. But yeah, so when you see me put out a CXW post on Twitter, fucking retweet the hell out of that shit. I want to try and actually get people watching this time. People, you know, actually, what I noticed last time is there are a lot of people watching at the end of the stream because I think word was spreading, but not a lot of people at the start. So what I want to try and do this time is I'm going to try a slightly different marketing approach. I'm going to do like a bit of a recap at the start. I'm going to do like a best of sort of thing. Play some of the highlights from the previous stream for like the hour before the stream, just so people can file in. Then start stream sort of 9-ish. Well, I guess I'll start stream 8-ish and then, you know, just be playing the VOD or the best of or whatever. And yeah, after like an hour of that, then the actual show will start. And in that time, I'm hoping a lot of people file in. Yeah, I would like to see that happen. It might be fun to do an entire ChatGPT book card. It'd probably be a disaster there, but yeah, I think South Park did that once, didn't they? Where they like fucking had a ChatGPT write an episode. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna do a highlights episode before the actual show, like an hour before, to lead into it. Which is what ECW used to do before their pay-per-views. I think they maybe did it as well, way back in the day. We're long past the era now, but talking like in the 2000s and the 90s and all that, they'd have like an hour recap show to lead you into the pay-per-view. So I'm going by that kind of logic, where it gives back in the day, the idea was, you know, they'd convince you for an hour to buy the show. But in this case, we will, I'll just show some highlights and, you know, get people in and get them a little hyped up. Yeah, good, good, good. So, yeah, that will be next Saturday. I'm gonna try and dedicate some time before that to getting the editing ready. It's mostly just like old clips and stuff. It shouldn't be too hard to get together. But I think something like that will help. And I'm gonna put together just a little like 30-second thing for Twitter as well, for people to post around. I think the main thing I needed to work on from the last show was marketing and just kind of getting the word out a bit more. Part of that, as you guys will remember, is I had to reschedule the last show because my fucking tooth fell out the week before. As I was eating a tough piece of steak, it just fucking came out on my plate, and I had to schedule a dentist appointment because I had the world's worst lisp ever, and I literally couldn't even listen to myself. I tried doing recordings and I just sounded so fucking bad. So like while the work was done, I literally couldn't commentate it because I sounded so bad. So I'm going to make sure I don't reschedule it this time, and we're gonna do it Saturday, whatever happens. Thank you, Mechanica. I'm glad you think so. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna make sure it's still the best, and get a few more VTubers in there, of course. Okay, it's getting better. It's getting better. No steaks for a week. You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it to soft foods for the rest of the week. It was a very tough steak that my mum cooked. R.I.P. What a legacy she left behind with her fucking steak knocking my tooth out. Hello, Lexi! welcome! Hello, welcome. We're playing PGR 3 today. What a great thing you just walked into. I was talking about losing my tooth last year just before CXW. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. What were you up to? You've been playing some good shit lately. Hope you had a good stream. I'm going to try this one. Try and hit the fucking target on this, and then I'll give you a shout out. Just finished Resident Evil 5 in co-op. Hey, nice. Dude, Resident Evil 5 co-op is really fun, actually. I remember playing that back in uni with a guy, and like I'd never played Resi 5 before, so like it was a hell of a first way to experience it, but the game is like tailor-made for it. Yes, it is indeed. Anyway, here's a shout out. Thank you again, Lexi. Hope you had a nice time. I love Resi 5 co-op. I think the game itself, as far as a Resident Evil game, is a bit goofy and stupid, but like in terms of a game to play, like co-op, it's perfect. And yeah, it does look really nice. So they made this is the third one. They made one more after this, and then they made Blur. All of them are brilliant games. Blur is one of my favorites ever. Unfortunately, Blur was their last game. When did this one come out? I believe it was 2005. May have been 6. Let me just double check. But yeah, it was early in this gen. 22nd of November 2005. It came out one day before my birthday in 2005. I would have been 14. Man. Okay, because we paused, the game has frozen, but we weren't going to make it anyway, so we'll try again. Yeah, really good game. I've been really enjoying it. Here's my second stream of it. Hashtag hag. That's right. Hag love. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking game. I really like how it looks. It has kind of a cool vignette effect too. At first I wasn't sure about it, but now that I've been playing it more, I actually do like it. It gives it a nice bit of depth. Yeah, oh, of course, Crysis was the litmus test for graphics. Yeah, they were doing really good stuff. Even the people models on the side look really good. Like, they don't stick out as being like blocky like a lot of other racing games from this time. And it runs at a really good frame rate too, which is notable for the Xbox 360 because not a lot of what I play on here does. I've been playing Saints Row, the original, in other streams, and that game runs like garbage, dude. It's just ridiculous. But like, because it was early in the gen, I think it didn't matter as much if your game didn't run so well because people were still being wowed by the HD graphics. But yeah, this is like, it's like before the PS3 even, you know, it's like the very start of the gen. And it looks this good and holds up this well. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, guest. They were making a sequel to Blur, I think, but unfortunately, like, yeah, not enough people bought the first one, and the publisher just were not willing to keep them up going, which is a fucking disgrace. Because I thought Blur was such a fucking fantastic game. And like, really, like, it should have been a whole series. The sort of combination of like Mario Kart style battle gameplay and games like this was just beautiful, and it really hasn't been done since. Nobody's attempted it since, and I don't think anybody's had the budget to attempt it since, you know? The problem with like AAA racing games is how much money they cost to make, you know? And why there's such a big gap of games like this in the genre now. Because you actually do need some money and some manpower to make games like this. So the fact that something like Blur got made at all is great. And really, they were only able to do it because they had such a stellar reputation from working on these games. And of course, Metropolis Street Racer before, and the Formula 1 games before that. You know, wow. Yeah, Bizarre Creations were fucking great the whole way through. Even their PS1 stuff was good. So it's a crying shame, really. Every time we play a fucking racing game, we talk about a studio that's closed down and was wasted, because that's just life these days. We were talking about, on the last stream, we were talking about Need for Speed and how Criterion sort of became the dev for that after they were bleeding a lot of people from burnout. And yeah, that was another studio that had such talented people in it that just became, you know, a Need for Speed slot machine, and then was just thrown to the wayside. Yep, it's just Forza left now. Yeah, I want to believe in Genki too. I mean, Genki have never really like let me down, so fuck, it's close, but no. So I've no reason to believe it won't be good. I hope both Tokyo Extreme Racer and Assetto Corsa Evo are both very good, because we do need some fresh blood that is not Forza, you know? Especially as every Forza is just kind of the same thing, you know? Like, you go into a fucking festival and, you know, drive around. I mean, they're cool games, but like, they're the same thing every time, you know? We need more shit like Blur, honestly, you know? That's willing to mix it up a little bit. Racing games are still alive. The new Mario Kart is keeping the genre alive. Yeah, I was talking about that. The new Mario Kart that looks exactly the same as the old Mario Kart. I'd like to remind you all that Mario Kart 8 came out like 11 years ago or some shit. Like, we're on like 8.5 now, and the 8 came out for the Wii U, and it was like almost a launch title. They're getting so much fucking mileage out of that, and they've got like nothing new to bring to the table. Yeah, that too. That's a good point, guest. It would be good to just get more variety in terms of like locale as well, and where everybody just like the different. That was another good thing about the racing games of yore. you had like weird shit that was developed in Russia and stuff, you know, and like just games from all over the world would come out when racing games were big, you know. It was good to see everybody's takes on stuff. Really, it does? Oh dear. What, in the demo? Online DRM, fucking hell, dude. But yeah, I will check it out at some point. Dude, what is with fucking online DRM? Yeah, why would you not want mods to go crazy on Assetto Corsa, dude? Modding is like that game's entire identity, you know? I guess time will tell, but that seems pretty bullheaded of them. Oh, it's in early access, isn't it? It's not a demo. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. It's in early access, but it's technically kind of a glorified demo, you know. You can basically pay full game price for a demo. That's the early access gimmick. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It'd be cool to see more games open to foreign cars in general. I would agree. I like weird shit like all the fucking. You remember what was that one I played? Ford versus Chevy. That was fun. It was an entire game of nothing but Fords and Chevys, and like weird brand stuff like that was good fun. Or all the Lotus games and stuff like that. It's cool how your favorite like car brand could just have its own video game back in the day. There was so much room for everybody. Now there's no room. Right, yeah, modding is what put Assetto Corsa on the map. Absolutely, I would agree. To the point where like nobody plays the first game without mods. Like it's preposterous to even suggest it, you know. I'm glad that it looks less jank, but yeah, you don't want to outlaw mods. That is just preposterous as an idea. Yeah, there's a wall. There's a wall. It's okay. No more walls. We're wall free, at least for another 2 seconds. Smooth. Come on! Come on! No, we're not gonna make it. Oh, I should pour some more beer. It's getting to that point. We've been like 1 second behind at this point. I just need to not crash into that fucking wall. It should be easy, but we do be having trouble. But yeah, I think Tokyo Extreme Racer will be good. My gut tells me that one's going to deliver. Because Genki have always been good, and even though they've kind of like played with a lot of the same concepts in terms of like, you know, Toge racing and stuff, they always deliver, you know, at least something good. Some Genki games are better than others, but I don't think they've ever put out a complete turd, so yeah, we'll see. I say you should stream Tokyo Extreme Racer close to its launch. I will do that. I will do that. I might stream AC Evo later on when things are a bit more clear in terms of like whether you can mod it or like what's available and stuff like that. But yeah, I do agree that I will definitely be doing Tokyo Extreme Racer because it's quite soon too. So by the time we get to like the end of next week, it'll be out. All right, we could always just play on easy mode, but I'm not gonna do that. I've definitely not jinxed it. Do you guys remember Drift King on the Sega Saturn? That's a really good Genki game. I'd like to finish that at some point. I love getting praised by the Drift King. Or told that I'm shit. Either's good. I love this song. It's not a war. It's not a war. It's not a war. It's not a war. Okay. Yeah, Keiichi, the one true Oshi. Imagine getting praised from Keiichi, dude. That's like every boy racer's dream. There being a Drift King FMV game is just insane, and I do love it. Ah! We were just going too slow in general. We didn't really crash into anything, but we didn't really get the speed. I gotta maybe use a bit more handbrake. Just stop coming to a complete fucking stop every time. It's okay, we're getting there though, we're getting there. Enough repetition and we'll be there. But yeah, Genki they were doing even 2D games, I think. They had a couple on the Super Nintendo that I believe are quite good. I haven't checked them out. Ah, fuck, that was too slow. There's no way. Alright, fuck this run. Fuck this run. Let's do it again. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, this is the buff song. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. That is definitely something I've noticed. Guessed. Assetto Evo is actually good looking, which I think has surprised a lot of people, and it's decently optimized. Like a lot of the streamers I've been watching have praised it for that. But like in general, like art direction is something that is lacking in a lot of games, especially in terms of lighting. I'm a lantern head, so I actually do lighting for a living. I like light stages and stuff, and I know a lot about it. At least you know, I've learned a lot about it the past year. Obviously, there's people that know more than me, but like the amount of fucking crappy lighting in video games now is insane. When you compare it directly to stuff from like the PS2 era and stuff from the early 360 era, it's fucking diabolical how nobody understands how to light a scene anymore. Because I think everybody just uses the same like engines rather than like coding anything themselves, and it just leaves everything looking very, very flat. Video jumping? I don't know, is that happening for anybody else? Because my connection's actually super smooth right now. Yeah, definitely true. Art direction's always king, but like, I think people shouldn't be afraid to just like not use every fucking, you know, engine available right now. Like, the amount of poorly optimized Unreal Engine games out there is insane. And because they all have their own, you know, pre-decided ways of doing real-time lighting, it just ends up looking not very good. But for smooth, nice. I think it's just you in this case. At some point when graphics get realistic, you need art direction to make games look good, otherwise it'll end up looking like real life, which is why there's this style for Unreal Engine 5 games that distinct. Yeah, agreed. And I think in terms of things like lighting, you need to have some style to it, or it will just look like everything else. And I think older games understood that because they were limited in how they could actually do it. A lot of PS2 games and PSP games and stuff like that, for instance, used pre-baked lighting where it's all calculated and set to basically appear in one specific place at one specific time. And when you have that amount of control, you can have things look a lot better and run a lot better than something that is obviously being rendered in real time. What I noticed especially is stuff like Ridge Racer for the PSP and Ridge Racer 7 and stuff like that. Those games run buttery smooth, and all the lighting looks great, but it's all like pre-calculated and pre-baked. but it doesn't matter because you're only ever going to see it at one angle. You know what I mean? It literally, it matters to fucking nobody because, you know, if you can pre-bake your lighting, you should, basically. And like, I would say the same thing for like the buildings here. Like, you're only ever going to see the buildings with the really pretty lights they have at one angle. So you can literally just set up a source and just paint on a texture, you know? Like, you don't need to overthink it. I'm sure if this game was doing all this shit in real time, it would be lagging like fuck right now. So yeah, I think people understood back then that you had to have some limitations in order for the gameplay experience to be better. Some bangers in this game. Wouldn't it be better if devs were actually limited by their engines in order to come up with solutions to make their graphics look good? Yeah, I think so. That's exactly what I mean. Which I think is why games in much weaker hardware look better. Because they had to actually keep up the illusion, you know what I mean, of the game being able to run. And I think that's something we've lost from all platforms being the same as well. Yeah, exactly. Gran Turismo 4 is a great example. You could upscale it as much as you want, and it'll always look great because none of the lighting is like real-time fuckery. It's all very carefully constructed. And I think now that all the platforms are essentially just a PC, it means that everything is just being treated like a PC, and there's no real art in getting like exceptional results out of limited hardware, because you can have exceptional hardware all the time. And you can just tell somebody, oh, just get a better PC if you can't run this shit at 60 FPS. Oh yeah, there's that new Screamer game coming out as well. I'm quite interested in that. I don't really know what I make of it yet. It does look very different from the original game, but apparently it's the same team, so it might be cool. Screamer's an interesting one because I've played that on stream. I think I played it on my DOS stream. If you guys remember that, when I was doing like the DOS grab bag. And it would crash a fair bit because it's like a very taxing game for an MS-DOS emulator. But like, it looked fucking great. It looked really impressive for like 1996, I think it was, or 95, for like a 3D PC game. And yeah, that being like a series that's coming back is insane. So I'm interested. I don't know how it'll be, but hopefully it'll be interesting. The issue is that baking light is time consuming and expensive. Global illumination is good. No. Global illumination is good if you can do it well, and if it doesn't completely tank the frame rate. You know what I mean? And hello, Brace. Hello. Hope you're doing good. Right, yeah. RTX was supposed to be the replacement, you know, and do that for you, but it's like, I think the hardware is lagging behind, you know. But yeah, in concept, there's nothing wrong with it at all. But like, I do think people should put the smoothness of the game at the forefront, you know. And they shouldn't be afraid of like putting some extra time into baking lighting if they can get like a smooth 60 FPS out of it. You might be sick. What's up? What's up, Brace? Hope you haven't caught something. I actually have been a bit under the weather. I've been like really tired. Ah, 1 second. Fuck off. We will get that second. God damn it. I think I need to like sleep a lot tonight and like not wake up for a long time. I think that would put my health right, because yeah, the past few days I've been getting up so fucking groggy. It's a miracle I've even gotten myself to work. Thankfully, because there's not a lot of staff in, it's literally just one other guy who is like very, very lax and isn't a superior or anything. He's just a colleague. I have been coming in a little bit late so I can get a little bit extra sleep, but You know, even then I still have to commute for 2 hours, so it's yeah, it's been taken out of me. So I think I might find out over the coming days if I've caught something, but I have been very, very groggy every time I wake up. It's like I feel like a complete fucking zombie, and I have been getting decent sleep, so I figure there might be something up with it. I think the weather going from 4 to 30 every other day. Yeah, that fucks with me as well whenever that happens. Whenever there's like drastic weather changes, I always feel it. We're getting there. Lumen, what we use as GI, does very well on performance right now. The real issue is demonizing. Most GI in games look blurry depending on the situation. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those effects where when it's done well, you really notice, but when it's done badly, it just looks like every game, you know? In the worst way. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the tools. We just kind of need to wait for the hardware to be able to deal with them a bit better, and for the optimizations to get better as well. Because God knows that needs to happen with games. But it's nice to go back to something like this where, like, it looks great upscaled, all the lighting looks good, and it runs good. There was a lost art in just fucking, you know, getting things on a new gen looking good, you know, and playing good. But yeah, I hope you feel better soon, Brace. Get lots of rest and get yourselves comfy, most importantly. I think back to a lot of stuff like around this time, launch games and stuff like that could often be like quite rough to look at and kind of run quite badly, as we've seen. But yeah, for something like, I don't think this was launch, I think this was like slightly after launch, but yeah, for like November of 2005, this holds up super, super well. Another a good example would be like Ridge Racer 5 on PS2. That still looks good. But it looks better on an emulator than on hardware, because on hardware it's interlaced to fuck. But on a CRT that doesn't matter. Interlacing is one of those things where, like, it looks fine if you play it on the intended video hardware, but nobody can really do that anymore. Unless you have a CRT, which I do actually. I do have a CRT at home, but unfortunately I can't lug it into a caravan. If I even put it down on the floor in this van, it would just go straight through the floor. How do you feel about GPUs moving towards AI and upscaling to make up for the performance instead of increasing core counts on the chips? It's kind of absurd. I'm not sure. The fake frames and all that, the AI guest frames. It's really bizarre. The one that really cracked me up was Sony put out something, I think about the PS6 or whatever, about how they want to use AI to predict your button input, which is like preposterous. Because like that's their answer to, you know, frame lag and input lag. Is they're going to somehow program an AI that can predict what button you're going to press and register the press before you press it. Which I have no idea who cooked that, but they need to be banned from the kitchen for life, dude. But yeah, a lot of the ideas about AI in video games at the moment are quite clumsy. I haven't really seen any good ones, so we'll fucking see. I don't think that's a very good idea though, of having like fake frames. Maybe with the brain chip. Oh well, yeah, if we got the brain chip, then we can just cut out the middleman entirely. Yeah, same, Caleb. Look, no AI can predict the fucking crashing into the wall that I'm going to do on this particular run. Oh, welcome, Caleb. Welcome. And also every run. So if we were to create a Spike AI right now, and it combined all of my average performance across every game that I've ever played. We're putting it all into a blender. Like my entire YouTube channel, my entire Twitch channel, we're just putting it into a blender, feeding it to the Spike AI. How long would you have to watch a stream before you saw an actual win? Before you saw me actually win a race? Surely the AI would, like, the results that it would get from that would be horrendous. It would, like, turn into the fucking worst driver ever. It would probably be hours and hours before he got a first place. It would probably be like, I saw a video about the chicken in Majora's Mask. I think it's the blue chicken that like can never win a race in the chicken race, and you have to like run the game like 300 times and under very, very highly specific conditions to actually get a win out of it. It would have to be like that. You'd have to like run a server that would just simulate streams for like 3 days straight, 5 days straight, until you see a Spike win. It was a dog, you're right. I was thinking of the cuckoos, but you're right, it was the blue dog from Majora's Mask in the dog race. That was a very, very fun video, actually. I don't know why I thought it was a chicken race. That'd be even better there. They should have done that. I think having mostly bad and lazy remasters has done irreparable damage to the idea of updating shading. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's so many remasters that are just like god awful that I think people like when they see stuff like that just assume it's going to be pure slop, which you know, that's just what's happened. But there's certainly nothing wrong with updating shading. Cockfighting to cock racing, that's right. Wouldn't the game play it by itself if AI did the inputs for you? What's the point in getting the game in the first place? Yeah, I think the idea of using AI in that case is like like I said, just look at your averages, look at what you usually press, and just, you know, try and predict it for you, and fail, presumably. How frustrated would people get if, like, they found that was malfunctioning and, like, the wrong inputs were being, like, put through? If I said that on stream, nobody would even believe me, you know? If I was like, oh, well, I pressed B, but it registered A, you know, that you'd assume I was just having a fucking mental episode or making cope about all the stuff I normally do. But no, we're entering a reality where that may actually start happening. It would clip through the track and finish a race in like -2 seconds. Exactly. That was one of the things with the dog as well, where like it would win a race like halfway through the race because it would like be like the number would just overflow because of a glitch or something. It would be one of those situations. That'd be the only way that I win a race. If the eye twitch to happen when you said it, I would say you're having a mental episode. I'm always having an eye twitch. I think it's because my mic arm slightly blocks my capture. But I am having a mental episode generally, yes. First the deep fakes, now AI inputs. Now your problems can be pinned on AI. Exactly. Oh shit. Why did it seem like the current just jumped up a bunch? Oh man. Yeah, so it's really Neurosama actually is very interesting, a very good example of like some of the good of AI and just seeing how far along she's developing. I saw the stream where Vidal was like showing her pictures and she was describing what was on them and saying her opinion and stuff, and like even that is like super cool. So she still can't beat certain games and still can't like always follow what's happening, but she's getting there, you know. She can play Minecraft and stuff, so like I think the AI that Sony's describing is going to be shit like that. Yeah, if we assume that an AI can see that well and that they can get that close to playing a game and following what's going on, then yeah, I think it can definitely happen, where they can have a game sort of play itself at a decent level of human incognition, but you know, it's going to be clumsy for sure. Oh yeah, and he actually has some fucking time to work on her properly now. The poor bastard. He's been doing the subathon for a whole month, yeah. But yeah, I've been really enjoying watching Neurosama's improvement. You can kind of see, like, even in her voice, how far things have come along just listening to Evil's voice. Because, like, she's kind of got the... People kind of grew attached to the robotic nature of her, but, like, Evil's voice is starting to sound pretty uncannily, like, real now. So, in general, it's one of my favorite streamers to watch. Because, yeah, technology is fun to keep track of. above all else. And also just like the fact that Vidal actually shows like what he does and like the workings of everything, so you kind of see the trial and error of the whole thing. That's cool too. Yeah, she's very good at shit talking, absolutely. Just gets better and better. I went to bed at 6 AM at the end of the subathon, and the clock was at 10 seconds for like 3 hours. That's right, yeah. Crazy. I think so much shit happened that the clock would regularly freak out. I'm sure she will eventually. Alright, one more try. Alright. If I fail this time, I might do easy mode. We have got really close though. We've gotten a second behind on several occasions. It'll be a bit of a shame, but I'm getting a bit fed up of looking at London. Like, it's a pretty stage, but I don't know. Oh shit, that was good. Ah, I couldn't control it. It was good though. Alright, I'm gonna try an all handbrake run. If I can maintain my speed here and not spin out. Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe the RUF would do it. I think the Lotus is faster, but the RUF is better at cornering. Ah, shit. Oh, no. Okay, if I crash, that's it. I could try getting good. It would be funny. But hey, I mean, fucking Neurosammer had a hell of a birthday. You couldn't have asked for more. The fucking hype train limit they broke was crazy. Right, so let's switch cars. He's not doing it again. Poor guy. I don't blame him. He sounded really happy at the end of it, though. It's been cool how you can kind of hear Vidal like getting more, like becoming less of a sad boy in real time. You know, those moments where he kind of actually does sound happy about the whole thing. Never trust the turtle. I don't think Twitch gave him the. Yeah, a dude made 300k, which is going to make anybody happy, of course. But more than anything, he just kind of... I like when Neuro actually pops him, you know, and when she says something that just completely throws him and impresses him, you know? It's fun. But I don't think Twitch gave him the emote yet, but hopefully eventually. Right, career. Let's switch my car. Bastards. They better do it. Really? Select another car. Here we are. Alright, he's up. Let's try it. I bet it'll be a big difference. Back to London. Alright, here we go. I could also buy another car. But I'm going to try one more time on the medium now. They've got to give him the emote, though. They literally broke the record. Ah. Yeah, me too. I don't really mind Neurosama becoming popular compared to, like, when most of the VTubers are, like, get popular. Oh, shit, I'm doing a cone challenge? I didn't even realize I picked a completely different one. Because while it is chaotic, the chaos does just kind of add to it, you know? And they're all quite good at dealing with it, honestly. Like, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with a chat moving that fast, but they managed to cope okay. Fuck, it's over. Okay, yeah, this car controls much better, much tighter. Oh, dude, it's so over. The fun. I'm actually, like, having to adapt to such a different feeling car here. One thing you can say about these games is the cars do feel different. I'm not getting, like, any combo here. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this one. Yeah. And I love all the clips that come up on YouTube as well. There's so many. There's so many like clipping channels just for Neurosama in particular. I think it was it this one? Yeah, the hot lap. All right. Ugh. If I ever like don't catch a stream live, I can usually just, you know, hop on YouTube and like fucking 10 people have already clipped it, you know? Anything that's happened ever. But yeah, I would I wouldn't know what the fuck to do if I ever got that popular, you know? Those guys are like, they're all handling it so well. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm still getting the feel of it down. But the car's faster and corners better, so it should be fine. Holy shit, the speed! I had no chance. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get this, but it might take a little bit of time. Yeah, nobody's more dedicated than that one dude who just keeps sending subs their way. I do thankfully have a Neurosama sub myself because of him. Ah, shit. Okay, I probably can't use the handbrake in this one because it seems to be like too sensitive. But the brake is okay, I think. I just wish this worked like the early games where you could just keep going around the loop. Okay, don't go too fast. Try and actually see the fucking stage. Shit, no! Ah, fuck, dude, this is hard. Yeah, Valorant went crazy with it. They got so many subs in that like it lagged the stream something fierce. The highlight video of the whole thing was really fun. I watched that earlier. I saw most of it live, but there were a couple bits I was asleep for. Or at work or something. They are on British time after all. Fuck! Based? That rules. No amount of money will make him play Valorant. I respect it. He's a real one. His taste can't be bought. Agreed, agreed. Dude, is it that bad? Fucking kernel level? Fucking hell. I knew it was bad, but Jesus. Ah, we lost too much speed there. It was cool though, it was stunning. The game praised me. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck, we just started crashing. Okay, that wasn't the run, but it wasn't diabolical or anything. We can maybe get it if we keep going. Yeah, I know, seriously. Alright, try that again. What do you guys make of Chinese TikTok getting real big? People are like so eager to like sell themselves off now. I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about their security anymore, you know? It's kind of shocking, but also not really that shocking. Yeah. I think like the whole country is like they're coming up with like a filter system where the Chinese side of it won't see the American side, and they're like, yeah, I think that is kind of the it's kind of the where it's going. I think that a lot of the Chinese viewpoints and the American viewpoints don't really line up that well, so I think that's why they're separating it. Oh, I don't think I've seen the video yet. I have a colleague at work who's on it though, and he was showing me all the fucking plankton memes and all that shit. Yeah. God save him, dude. I don't know. I don't know if his details would be useful to the CCP, but they've almost certainly got them now.